kick on that. Well, hey, we're at the reloading bench today, here with my brother Andy. Okay, down in his man cave. And what bullets are we making tonight?
We're making the 458 Winchester Magnum with the Hornady Dangerous Game 500 grain bullets. I can get one out and we can have a quick look and you can see what it looks like. There we go.
So that is the projectile. Okay. What we'll do in a bit.
This is the case we're using. We're sizing the cases up and getting them ready, and then we'll reload them, and then we'll be ready for at the range.
So what we'll do tonight is we'll set that up, and then in a bit I'll get out a sort of like a 22 and maybe a 243 or something, so we can have a look at the size of this thing to a regular round of ammunition. So let's get on with stuff. So what's the first step we're going to do?
Well, we're just sizing the cases.
Okay.
Just adding a little bit of lubricant. That's how I do it anyway, and there's probably other ways of doing it, but I use to lube the die as well. And then I go in a little bit, and then I come out, and I go in, and then I go down, and then do the full thing, and it deprimes it as well. Takes the primer out from underneath. Okay,
so there's no primer in it, so we can see that one hasn't been prepped.
Yep.
Or resized, so we've got the resizings here. There we go.
It's a little bit tight. I don't think we've got any lube on that one. Just give it a little bit of lubricant when it's going in there, and it makes it so much easier. There we go.
And there's the primer just dropping out.
So now it's resized.
Okay.
And we're slowly working our way through a few of them here.
Okay. Just that one will be done. Done.
You don't need too much lubricant, but that's good enough, Mark. Down a bit more, and then all the way. There we go. Yeah, so just need, that's it, you got it.
Oh, cool. First time I've ever had a go at making bullets, this.
There we go. That's good, leave it like that one and we'll run it down and see what happens.
Okay. Right, what's the next step?
Now we're going to clean the primer pocket. We're going to clean it all up and we're going to then prime them.
Okay. Let's just... Right, so we're back again. We're cleaning the primer pockets now. So let's go around and see what Andy's up to. So the tool is...
It's like a little cutter.
Yeah.
Set to the size for the primer pocket. Yeah. It's very simple action. Just place it in. I twist it around a few times. Clean it out. Give it a blow. Have a look. Yep. Nice and flat and clean. Move on to the next one. This just actually cleans out a little bit of the residue that's there, but also forms the pocket nicely. Flattens it out. Cleans it out. So when I prime them, the primers go in nice and square and flat.
Okay, cool. So it's my turn now to have a go at cleaning the primer pocket. Let's just give that one a go. And now the last one. We're doing 10 rounds this afternoon or this evening.
Have a quick look once you've done it. And see, you can see it's been cut and smooth. I don't know if you can see inside there.
I'll move it around a bit and we can see.
It's nice and flat.
Again. There we are. I don't know if you could hear then. It was making a noise when I first did it. Now it's completely clear. Right, so here we are now at the next stage. So what's this stage, Andy?
We're cleaning the flash hole.
The flash hole?
Yeah.
not the asshole, but the flash hole.
We have to be very careful what we're saying here. Yeah.
Because some people could take offence.
Yeah. What it is basically, inside once the case is formed or shot, I like to uniform the hole, the flash hole there, just so that it's deburred and the primer when it ignites is clean and clear, that goes straight through.
You can tell my brother was an engineer, can't you?
It's just a 2-second twist. There's a little tool that comes, so as you can see the size of the hole and the little deburrs there, and then you set the gauge at the end so you don't sort of over deburr it and clean it out too much, but it just cleans it up nicely.
Right, so the flash holes have been cleaned. We've got out a little pack of primers here, Winchester primers, large rifle for standard rifle loads. And now what we're going to do,
we're just taking the die apart now. We're taking this die out, which is the sizing and decapping die, and we're just putting that to one side. And we're going to set out a few primers.
Oh, there's the dehumidifier, thank you.
And then we're going to take the primers.
Yep.
These are the rifle primers.
Tiny little things.
Yep. And we take the casing, place it back into the shell holder again, place that into the primer pocket, insert it, and then click it in.
Oh,
and
right.
There's the primer nicely seated inside.
Okay, let's see that again.
Take the case.
Always check that the casing's empty,
Yeah.
so you don't want to double prime your primer.
Well, I don't think we get another one in there, but you never know. And then you just give it a push,
Okay.
and you feel it seat.
Next time you do that, can you not put your arm in the way so we can see what you're
Sure,
doing?
Yeah.
Hold it on the other side, Andy.
Yeah.
So,
Put that like so.
okay.
Put the casing in. Press this over. Line it up. Push her in, and then just give it a touch. And there she is. Have to take the
done.
casing out.
Okay, let me get it. I want to go. Good. So, got my casing. Take my primer. Is there a special way it goes in?
Yeah, the
That bit up.
green side, or the
green.
piece there,
That goes.
the inner part of there.
That's in there. Oops. Take my casing. Pop it in. Okay. Lift that up. Slide that in. And then bring it down. Give it a little push. Comes out. There we are.
One primed case.
Primed and seated nicely.
Exactly.
Cool. Right then, we're up to the next stage now, where we're actually going to like flare the cartridge case, because at the moment, as my brother's going to show us. Okay, Andy?
Yeah, there's the bullet or the projectile, and as you can see, it won't fit into the case because now it's dead straight and level.
Because that's because of the first bit that we did,
Yeah,
isn't
the
it?
forming or the case sizing has made it straight all the way down.
Yeah.
We need a slight belling of the mouth here, or the flaring of the mouth, so that the bullet can seat in, and then when we use the second or the third set of the die, we will be able to then seat the bullet and take it into the correct seating depth, which we'll show you in a little while.
Okay, so
Alright.
let's show us how it's done.
Again, it's very simple. It's preset. I preset the dies prior to all this and kept the dies ready, but it's just so we need about, I don't know, a few thou of the mouth of it so that it's flared, so it allows us to seat the bullet easier.
Okay.
So it's just a case of pushing it down again, and then what happens is you can feel it with your hands. I don't know if you can see it with the camera, but there's a
Doubt
slight
that
flare.
really.
You doubt
Yeah.
very much you'll see it, but you'll see it very easy when I come with the bullet. Now it fits, just
Okay.
ticks in, where if I take one that isn't done, I can't get it in. It doesn't seem to, it's not quite right.
Okay,
Ah,
cool.
there we go.
And in. Oh, I was expecting a lot more resistance.
No,
than
no,
that.
you're just flaring
Goes in that
the
one, yeah.
you're just flaring the mouth of it, so it allows the bullet to go in. Like I say, you're only flaring it a few thou, just to let it go in.
You can. Right, so what we're going to do now, before we do anything else, what we've just gone through is a calibration process for the scales here. It's just a matter of pressing a cup, turning it on, pressing the buttons, taking the actual weights that come here with the machine. Okay, they're all predetermined, 50 grams and another 50 gram over there. So the machine now has been set. Then put the little receptacle here, the little dish for the powder that we're going to tip into the casings, put that on there, re-zeroed it, so it's all set, ready to go, all been calibrated fresh, because you must do that every time. And then what my brother's got here, which he doesn't want to show us.
This is my load that I found for the 458 Winchester Magnum, was 61.5 grains of Reloader 7 with a 500 grain Hornady bullet. So this is what I determined.
Yeah, there's the powder we're using, smokeless rifle powder. Sorry, Andrew, go on.
And this information was gathered, it's not my own concoction, it's gathered from the books that are supplied either by Spear or by Sierra or Hornady Bullets. They supply a bit of a Bible, if you want to put it, from the minimum to a maximum loads. So what you would find is this is somewhere in the middle. It's a measurement that I came up with that I found that this rifle seems to like to shoot, and it's very accurate with it.
Because I don't know if any of you guys know that with the rifles that they do seem to like a different powder mix, you know, of weights and whatever. So now we're setting it all up.
So now I pre-programmed it to 61.5, and then I press dispense. Now the little machine will send it out to 61.5.
It's like waiting for Christmas. There we are, 61.5 exactly.
That's it. So now with that, it's stabilized and it's 61.5. I take it from there, and then I put in the charge into the case.
Cool.
And then I just repeat the process, let it 0, and then it goes back on.
Right, what I've just done is asked Andrew to get out a selection of bullets to show us actually how big this bullet is. So Andrew, if you want to talk us through what we've got here.
Okay, here we got a 17 HMR. This one's a 6mm. This one is a 30 caliber, like a 308. This is a 270. This is a 375, which would be used like a 375 Holland and Holland caliber. And this one here is the 458 that we're making. So you can see the difference in size all the way through.
So we're ready for the next stage, and the next stage is...
Actually, the next stage is we want to put this and seat it correctly to the correct depth here with this. Now the tool that I have, or the die that I have, is preset because I've already made them before. Right. And I already set them to the depth that I wanted. Okay. So now, or the depth that is required in my rifle. So what I've done is, or what we will do is we're going to run it down, place it in, make sure it's snug. Now we're going to take a case, place it in, take a bullet, place it in. Now it'll sit in that bell mouth of the section, and as we push it up into the die, it's going to hold it there, and it goes down and it seats, and there we are.
So you can see how much the actual projectile bullet has gone in. Perfect. Right. Good. We've just had a slight adjustment because it wasn't sitting just right. So again, you can see my brother's an engineer. All that's happened is it's dropped in maybe about an extra 1 or 2 thou, if that. And what he's done is by adjusting here and adjusting here is actually increased the depth that the bullet has sat down into the casing. As I said, you can tell he's an engineer because he wasn't happy with it. He looked at it, sized it up, and wasn't right. So then we just made a few little adjustments here and here, and we're ready to go. So, okay, now it's my turn to play with the bullets. So, take out a casing. It's got powder in it. Drop it into, I'll try to do it this way so you can see. Slide it in. Okay, take the actual bullet itself, and I'm doing it sort of cack-handed there. Seat it into that little bit that we did, and then take it up. This thing here, I'm assuming, centers it all. There we are. Felt a little bit of pressure, and just eased it in nice and gently, and there it is, set.
Perfect.
So once
Now
more,
we just repeat the process
take our time.
for another, what is that now, 8 times?
8 times. Drop that in, drop the actual projectile in, and do it nicely. So, right, so we've got some here that have already been shot that we haven't actually sized, cased, primed and filled with powder and everything. So as you can see, these are all upside down, and now we're just going to put in the 10 that we've made, and then we're going to take these 10 to the range along with a few other rounds, I hope, of various caliber, and we can have a bit more fun down at the range with some big caliber rifles, maybe even shoot a couple of handguns as well. Bye for now. So here we are with the rifle loaded down in the basement, going in. Bit of a kick on that. One more for good measure. Nearly got me. Okay, let's go check the target.